Hello everybody and welcome back. Minor Discord. Walking up the hallway of the girls' dormitory, several ideas of why Hanako's been absent float around my head. The most obvious of them is just a simple cold. That said, she may not even be sick at all. It's been almost a week since Lily left, and despite her at least appearing to be normal, I've suspected she is somewhat more insecure about it than she is letting on. Eventually, I come to Hanako's dormitory room. Its simple brown door separating us. Her room's position next to Lily's is extremely convenient and probably a large contributor to their meeting in the first place. Grimacing slightly at the prospect of her being sick, I rap my knuckles on the door. Silence. I listen intently for any sound of shuffling coming from inside, but I can't hear a thing. I knock on the door again, slightly harder. Still no answer. How strange. A door opens behind me. A freckled and somewhat scrawny underclassman I don't recognize comes out and is briefly taken off guard by my presence. Hi. Katawa Shoujo. Lily Root. Ask about Hanako. No way. But or is it keep it to myself? This gate is in Spanish. Okay, this one is in English. Hanako, Lily. What is this scene called? Minor Discord. Ignore. Ask about Hanako. Is it for the good ending? No. I think it is. Actually, this may be a rather fortuitous meeting. Hey, excuse me, do you know if Hanako's come out of her room today or not? She doesn't seem to be answering. Ikezawa is Ikezawa. Her not answering the door is totally normal. That tall foreign girl's the only person she'll ever talk to, after all. She gives a shrug before walking off down the hallway, having much more important matters to attend to than Hanako or me. Her dismissive attitude annoys me. Hanako must have a reputation as a hermit, a reputation that doesn't seem outright undeserved. at least in the time before we met. Scratching my head, I make one last attempt at getting Hanako to answer as I knock on the door one final time. You could speak up? Yo, Hanako, wake up! Hanako, it's just me. Muto said to give you some stuff. For a while, the attempt seems just as unsuccessful as the last. Just before I slip the sheets under her door, though I can hear the handle rattling. As the door opens halfway, I do my best to look Hanako over as quickly as possible. It is a task made somewhat more difficult by her oversized gown, hiding so much of her body. She doesn't look sick, or at least not immediately so. To be honest, I'd have preferred that to her expression right now. Hi Hanako, Muto wanted me to give you this since you weren't in class today. I hold out the loose sheets, which she tentatively takes in her hands. The way she moves is weird, devoid of thought, as if she's some kind of mechanical automaton rather than a living being. Are you okay? If you're feeling sick or anything, I could get a nurse. It feels almost pitiful to put on such a routine, get well soon act. I can't think of anything else I could possibly do for her though. She seems to collect herself a little at the notion, but only a little. I'm fine. Okay? An awkward silence follows, eventually ended by her nodding solemnly in farewell and closing the door. The entire experience feels surreal. More than a little put off, I wander back to my room and hope that she'll be better by tomorrow, despite not knowing exactly what's wrong with her. Katawa, Shoujo. Once again, I find myself in front of Hanako's door after another of her unexplained absences from class. Nothing. Considering this is the second day in a row she's been like this, I'm starting to worry about her. Summoning my willpower, I decide to try one last way to get her to respond. Hanako, if you don't say anything, I'll go get the nurse for you. Go away. What? It's hard to tell whether her tones are of depression, anger, or both. What in the world can I actually do to help her, if she doesn't even want help? Dissonance. Painful history. The message is clear enough. I can't just leave her like this, though just sitting in her room for days on end. Rubbing my temples in thought, I withdrawn to my own room to think about how to proceed. Rationality is what's needed here, as an overreaction may just make matters worse. I dig around drawer after drawer of my desk, looking for where I put a damn piece of paper. Before she left, Lee told me the number to call her on while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. Now that I need it though, the damn thing is here. I probably should have just entered it directly into my cell phone, like a smart person. Come to think of it, I might be a moron. Without further ado, I entered the numbers and anxiously pressed the call button. This is so old. The fact that the phone rings at all shows that I got the prefix for a call to Scotland right at least. I've never made an international call before, so that's some comfort. Eventually the phone picks up, a feminine voice I don't recognize on the other end. It's probably Lily's mother. Sato? English? Suddenly finding myself unprepared, I realize I can't understand a word she says, either due to my limited vocabulary or her heavy accent. I should have anticipated this, since according to Lily, her mother is a native Scot. I soldier on, in the hope that she must know some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. 悲惨な回です。もしもし。An enthusiastic sound of realization can be heard as she recognizes the language. My feeling of relief is immense. Mrs. Sato. Ah, you must be one of Lily's friends from school, correct? Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she's saying. Yes, that's right. Pleased to speak to you, Mrs. Sato. Can I do a Scottish accent? It's so nice of her to find someone so polite. Lily dear, it's for you. Her mother seems nice, if a little overenthusiastic given the mundane situation. There's a small silence as Lily takes her time getting to the phone. In the distance, I can just make out her mother scolding her playfully for just getting up. Wake up, you little shit! Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She makes a sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yawn. The one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It'd be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse. Not feeling well? Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. You're really not a morning person, are you? I don't need you making fun of it as well. It takes me a measure of restraint not to laugh at her tiny groan. Poor girl. How are you doing over there then? Bar the mornings? It's been enjoyable. After not meeting them for so long, just having a meal together with my parents is nice. Though the pool and the sheer size of the house might have something to do with that as well. Even if they are not in Japan, from the way it sounds, her family must be pretty wealthy to live so luxuriously. Are things alright with you and Hanako? Damn, I was hoping that wouldn't be brought up quite so quickly. I take a moment to try and sort out exactly how to describe the situation without causing her undue worry, but she picks up on that without a word being said. Hanako's not well, is she? How do you know? Because today is her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you both. How is she right now? She missed school yesterday and seemed out of sorts when I checked up on her. Today she missed school again and just told me to go away. I've really got no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Is it related to her scarring in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when her birthday came up. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for their deaths. What she says does seem to make sense. If she is blaming herself on her birthday, she may as well be ruining that she may as well be ruined that she was ever born. The fact that Lily seems so in the dark about it though, almost to the extent that I am, is a surprise. So that's why she lives in the student dormitories as well. Has she told you any more about the accident? As close as we've come, she's very barely told me anything about what happened. What I know about it is largely conjecture. She sounds so depressed, almost defeated. Considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through, I really can't fault Lily for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily, with everything she's gone through. I know. Thank you, Hisao. I'm sorry I can't be of more help to you. It's fine. I'll just give it some more thought. Thanks, and have a good time in Scotland. Huh? It's nothing. Thank you for taking care of Hanako. Okay. Bye. Goodbye. And with that, the line goes silent. Amid the seemingly only increased number of questions I can't answer, the most immediate is what Lily was going to say. Oh no. I'm an idiot. She must have thought I was calling to talk with her, but I only asked for help with Hanako. Even more shameful than that thought is the fact that such an appraisal will be largely correct. Well, first things first. For now, I need to at least sort out Hanako and make sure that she is actually eating okay. The occasional passing student give badly hidden glances at the plate of food I carry to the female dormitories. It's hardly a meal to be proud of, only being an instant microwave meal from the convenience store, but it should at least fill her up. Is that the best you could get? Eventually, I arrive outside of her room, after having to ward off a couple of girls who jokingly try to pilfer the food I'd taken so long to procure. I decide to forgo knocking, since it was proven to be an utterly useless measure, and is somewhat difficult to do with my hands full. Hanako, it's Hisao. I know you're listening. I got some food for you. Silence, as I expected. I leave it beside your door. Please. Eat it at least, okay? There, I've said my piece. Now it is up to her. Putting the plate down, I walk back to my own room to eat my dinner. By the time I return to Hanako's dormitory, a good hour's passed. Thankfully, there isn't anything to be seen beside her door. I walk back at least somewhat happier than she is sitting. If she intends to get through this by herself, then being able to help, even if it is just in such a small way, is at least something. Another already. Katawa Shoujo. I sit reading in the library after school, turning page after page, barely registering the words written on each out of sheer boredom. With my cheek resting in my hand, I can't help noticing the slightly rough feeling against my palm. It won't be long before I'll need to get a razor. Why no, this fucker is like what, 18? 17? Giving up on reading, I simply let my head drop onto the book in front of me. Things have quieted down considerably since Hanako began attending school again. When she first returned to class, nothing was said nor done that wasn't part of her usual routine, and it's been the same way since. Neither of us dared to bring up the accident, so there simply wasn't any point in pursuing it. Thus a few days went by, the daily grind continuing just as it had before. It's only natural that my mind will wander to other places, and more importantly, other people. The lily-shaped hole in the daily life of Hanako and me has been pretty noticeable for a while now. I'd be pleased to say that this has allowed me to refine just what my thoughts on her exactly are, but alas, I've had no such luck. It doesn't help that many attempts to do so have led to the troublesome topic of Iwanako. Every time my thoughts drift into that direction, I reflexively try to think about something else. Have you not tried to call her now? Have you seriously even days after you haven't called Lily? Why did this happen? Why did this have to happen now? I turned to look up to the source of the tentative voice coming from behind me. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb anyone. That's not it. Huh? I glanced around the orange-tinted room, quickly realizing how silly my apology must have sounded. In the time I've spent thinking and lazing about it here, everyone's well and truly left. Library closing? If you don't want to go, I could keep it up open a little longer. It's no trouble at all. Don't worry, I should get going anyway, thanks. As I get up and begin to move off, I feel Yuko's eyes drilling into my back. Is there something wrong? You look depressed. Are you okay? Yuko nervously twists her fingers as she says this, unsure whether she's overstepping her boundaries or not. I really can't tell if she's more worried about my mood or about bothering me. Normally, I just shrug it off and assure her that I'm fine, but my reflective mood gets the better of me. Despite being a staff, she really doesn't feel as much like an authority figure as the others. It's just, I guess the best term for it will be relationship problems. Oh, I'm not too good with that kind of things. My only relationship ended a bit abruptly. Apparently in the beta... never mind. But if you want to talk about it, I mean, I could listen, I think. No, I feel kind of bad for bringing it up. She's not that old, though. So at least she has a good chance of finding another partner. How old is she anyways? It isn't like we're in a bad situation right now. We have spent many days together as friends. Sometimes going out to do stuff, that kind of thing. But I'm starting to want to do more for her. learn more about her, and be with her more. I'm not sure whether it's actually love or not, though and our friendship as it stands is enjoyable. You shouldn't let that stop you. Sorry. How to say this? I think that it's nice that you have a good friendship, but school is going to eventually end. Do you think you'll be fine with not knowing if it could have gone further after you've graduated? I guess that's the crux of the problem. I really have no idea what the answer to that question is. Well, I can't really help there. What your true feelings are is something you have to decide for yourself. But I think that if you do love her, you should definitely say something. After thinking about it really hard, I decided that even though my relationship didn't work out, it's still better that way than never knowing if it might have or not. I never expected Yuko to sound so wise. It only makes sense that, with more life experience than I, she'd have a better idea about this. While I suppose that not very much was actually answered, talking to her has helped get it off my chest, and I have no doubt that I should confess if I really do like Lily. I give a slightly frustrated sigh. If only reading so much actually helped when it comes to situations like this. She gives a girlish giggle, which only reinforces my view of her as being different from the usual stuff here. In the end, it all comes down to what will happen after school finishes once again. Considering what happened before I came to Yamaku, it feels like being asked to keep up with a field of runners despite having started from 1,000 yards behind them. It is just one more motive to move on from the past. The last thing I need right now is to get too caught up in that and getting homesick while I'm at it. Once again, I find myself calling Lily. My phone bill is going to be horrific, considering this is international. Alright. But how much more expensive it is? But it is worth it. I don't only want to smooth over her feelings from the last time I called. I genuinely want to talk to her again. When the phone finally picks up, I easily recognize the voice on the other end. Sato. Hello, Mrs. Sato. May I, is he trying English? Hello, Mrs. Sato. May I, speak? Damn, I've forgotten how the rest is supposed to go. It is not encouraging to forget such a small amount of words. Even if I didn't spend that long trying to memorize them. May I speak with Riri, please? Hello again, Hisao. Are you teaching yourself English? Just a little. I don't think I'm too good at languages in general. Oh, don't say that. Your pronunciation was good. I'll get Lily for you. Just wait a moment. I obediently wait as she goes off in search of Lily, the other end going silent. Eventually, a much more awake sounding Lily than last time answers. The time over, there being past noon by now. Hisao? Are you there? Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Hi. Good afternoon. Sorry for taking so long. I was outside in the garden. Gardening? What else am I supposed to do with more? Fortunately, I found I'm not good at it. So I just smell the flowers. I think my fingers appreciate it more. I kinda need to see to do gardening better. I take it Hanako's recovered a bit. Yeah, I just made sure she was eating, and eventually she righted herself. Thanks for the help the other day. I don't think I was really that much help. The main thing is that she's better though. True. How's life over there? Then, it sounds like you've been living in nothing short of a mansion. I wouldn't call it a mansion, but it is rather large. Is obviously what she wants to say. Though modesty stops her. I'm a little envious, for it is her holiday. And for now, we are leaving it at 31 minutes. Bye!